We're here live at Lincoln High School, home of 1904 FC. It's their home opener, and they're taking on against Cal United Strikers, the former 2019 NISA champions. Alex Naveja with you guys, and alongside of me is Gustavo Ortega. As 1904 just about getting set last week, coming off of a draw, and that draw it was a 2-2 final, and it was against Stumptown that ended up resulting in a 2-2 draw. Gustavo, what are you expecting from 1904 today in their home opener against Cal United?
Well, just like they did away, I expect a very aggressive team here at home. You know, they're in front of their home crowd. They need those 3 points. They were able to get a good point on the road. We did talk to Coach from San Diego FC and Noli Rough Stuff we kind of got an idea of what his plan was today. So he did say that he was going to come out very, very strong because he wanted to get those 3 points for the team.
And of course, this is the first road game for Cal United Strikers. They did also come in as we bring you the starting lineups for 1904. We have the goalkeeper in Jean Antoine. He's going to be doing the goalkeeping for 1904. He is one of the returners, along with Ozzy Ramos, along with Dalen Cutler. Another very familiar faces for 1904. Very big impact players for 1904, I would say, when they were trying to make that push to the playoffs there. Then we have Alexis Vela, Christian Enriquez, and William Gartan. Also, some more familiar faces for 1904. Really big-time players for 1904 that they really try to make that push in that final game against LA Force. And now we have Lorenzo Ramirez and Ernesto Espinoza. Another pair of big-time players, I would say, Gustavo, for 1904. These are players that, again, really made that impact for 1904 last year, and these are big-time players that are going to help out for another season in 1904. As we were talking about it before, now talking about Cal United Strikers and also Steven Barrera. He's going to be doing the goalkeeping for Cal United. Very big-time goalie. He was actually a former goalkeeper of the week last year. And we have Xavier Fuente, Chris Clutie, Gonzalo Salguero, Duncan Capriati. Very good set of players here for Cal United Strikers. They're definitely very dangerous, despite it being a 1-0 final against Michigan Stars last week. Next line of guys, we have Michael Bryant helping out with that one goal. We have Alex Sundley, Abraham Villon, and Kevin Gian. You think back to the final game, it was Michael Bryant who came up with a laser beam shot, came off on the Persian Prince for the Michigan Stars. Then it was Kevin Gian on the second chance opportunity. He came in with a shot, finished up the deed, resulted in a 1-0 final. And to finish things off for Cal United, Christian Tieryoung along with Gustavo Villalobos. Gustavo, these are going to be big-time impact players for Cal United. You see Tieryoung, you see Villalobos, you can even see Chris Clutie could be a threat, along with Abraham Villon. Cal United has a lot of weapons to provide on the pitch today. If you're 1904, what are you thinking about how to stop these guys?
Well, you pretty much set a very defensive tone in the first minutes, making sure none of the players from Cal United get that comfortable on the field. The first 15 minutes are going to be very crucial to see how both teams come out. We did talk to both coaches. You know, West Team teams, they come out very aggressive on the offensive side. So it's going to be a great matchup because you have really interesting players who can be game changers all day. So I think it's going to be very intriguing to see how both teams come out in this first 15 minutes.
And of course, I have to add this stat as well. It is a much warmer conditions here in San Diego, California. First game for Cal United. It was on a Saturday night. Very slight windy conditions, very cold conditions there on the pitch in Championship Stadium over in Irvine, California. But definitely warmer conditions, and you could definitely expect both of these teams to play slightly different here in San Diego. And, you know, it's also a new home venue for 1904. Definitely going to be, you know, different than their former stadium in SDCCU. So what improvements, or what expectations do you have for 1904 having a new venue? Do you expect there to be any changes? Do you think there's gonna be anything different as far as that?
No, I don't think so because you do have a better much field here at Abraham Lincoln High School than you did at SDCCU Stadium. Turf field, a very compacted stadium. You know the ball's gonna be bouncing a lot, so you have to be very careful with those long balls, those crosses across the field because like I said, the turf field makes the ball bounce a little higher, so you have to be very careful. You can't make any mistakes in the defensive side because you're gonna lose possession of that. As we see the both teams now coming into the field, I think it's gonna be very, very interesting. But I hope we have a good game, a very offensive match for the fans. Especially we have a lot of Cal United fans coming out here to San Diego. It's not that far from Irvine, so I think it's gonna be a beautiful game. It's sunny here in San Diego, the beautiful city of San Diego. You can see like the skyline from the city as well from this stadium. So I think it's gonna be a great home opener for 1904 FC as well.
And there you have it, folks. 1904 home opener here in Abraham Lincoln High School in San Diego, California, taking on against the former champions, Cal United Strikers. Coming right at you around the corner on TV EMAX.
I'm a son of the God. I'm a son of the.
I'm gonna stand for like the start of it. Anatoly Rubstov. Anatoly Rubstov. Anatoly Rubstov. And welcome everyone to Lincoln High School, home of the 1904 FC, taking on against Cal United Strikers as the players make their way onto the pitch. Alex Naveja, and alongside with me today is Gustavo Ortega, as along with the players marching in, the Black Plague also marching in with the team. So pretty nice, big fan base in the Black Plague. Wherever 1904 goes, the Black Plague travels. We saw the Black Plague travel all over California, and even the games against Cal United, the two matchups that they played at Championship Stadium in Irvine, we saw that the Black Plague was following them in all of their away stadiums and really definitely filling up that goalkeeper spot over at SDCCU Stadium right behind there. So here are the teams meeting up in the middle of the pitch.
1904 FC. To get all the latest 1904 FC team news and updates.
So a couple of new things this year, Gustavo, that were added to this year. I mean, NISA added more teams into the league. We see new teams. But before we tell you about those new teams, we're going to go ahead and step aside as we have the national anthem. So there you have it, the national anthem here in Lincoln High School. Cal United Strikers coming in with their white unis, and 1904 coming in with their all blacks. And the Cal United's season opener over in Championship Stadium and their home opener, they come in with their new teal jerseys, and those actually looked pretty nice for Cal United. Now coming in with their whites. somewhat of an identical lineup for Cal United in game 1 in 1904. Also starting to look at least similar as last year's team. But before we were going into the national anthem, Gustavo, what NISA has done so far has been stupendous right now. Being able to add additional teams like Stumptown Athletic, Michigan Stars, along with Chattanooga FC, and Detroit City FC. These are all teams that are definitely really going to help out on the East Coast, and these are big-time players or big-time teams that are going to make the league very much interesting. But here's something that you got to know, Gustavo. These teams have to travel. These East Coast teams have to make their way over to the West Coast, and the West Coast teams have to travel over to the East. And 1904's first game, they first had to travel on over to Stumptown Athletic. Tough game for 1904 to play in, but they still were able to keep that into a draw, 2-2. 2 goals to be able to keep it that way. They did get a point on the road, but being back at home, playing against a very common opponent in Cal United.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. You know, it's going to be a very intensive match right here. Both teams, the West Coast soccer, will get to see it today. I think, like you said, very, very intense couple of weeks so far. Week 2, just to wrap up this week, number 2 of the NISA Soccer League. You know, you have 2 of the best teams out here in the West Coast. So, yeah, like you said, a couple changes. It's going to be East against West Coast, that rivalry that never ends, you know. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how they both, you know, like you said, 1904 FC comes from making that trip to Stumptown Athletic, which is in North Carolina. So it's kind of a long flight, you know. Stumptown Athletic actually played on Friday, who made the trip to Los Angeles against LA Force. I was able to be at that game. They came out with a strong 1-1 draw. So I think we'll see how these 2 teams play out today. But yeah, so far so good. We've seen the action between these East Coast versus West Coast teams, and so far they haven't been disappointed at all.
And I have to just say that all of these NISA games have not really been disappointing. They've just been a chess match, especially when it's these East Coast versus West Coast teams. It's really been these teams, you know, using the first maybe 10, 15 minutes of the game to really get familiar with each other. You know, they're trying to let their defenders trying to figure things out, and then they slowly move their way through. Right. Cal United against Michigan Stars, it was definitely a fight in the midfield. So it's going to be interesting to see on what Cal United is going to do here in this game against 1904. But 1904 going to be in the hunt for their first 3 points on the year. They're coming into this one with only 1 point. So Cal United coming in with 3 points after that Week 1 victory. Now, this is Game 2 of NISA action in the spring season. Cal United over at 1904 FC here in Lincoln High School. The home opener for 1904. We're just about moments away from getting this one to start. As we have the referees, Samantha Martinez, Dennis Vargas, along with Michael Almeida and Ricardo Fierro. We have a great turnout, especially for this home opener in a new venue for 1904. You have your mix of all black shirts that say 1904, sweaters, some teal shirts, which are some Cal United Strikers fans making the trip on over here to San Diego. It's roughly about an hour and a half of a drive from Irvine to San Diego. So here we go. First possession goes to 1904. They get a long through ball, trying to get through the Cal United side of the pitch. They waste no time already trying to get something going here. So they press the restart button. They're going to go ahead and start from the top here. They give it back over to their defender in MacArthur Clark. They're going to try to let the defenders try to work their way through. So, Gustavo, do you expect these 2 teams to really start off slow, or are you expecting them to go guns blazing right out of the get-go?
No, not at all, Alex. I think both teams are going to come out very aggressive. We see this first few seconds of this game. Both teams trying to push up the lines. forward, looking at those first touches as you see right there. You see San Diego 1904 FC, who last opener last season, the Fall Classic, opened up against Cal United as well and came out with a 3-1 victory over there at SDCCU Stadium.
And there you saw William Garton trying to push through right on the right wing, trying to push through, trying to get something going early on for 1904 to give that back over to El Oso Barrera. You see 1904 trying to battle back with the possession here. Here's Garton once again. He's pushing over to the right wing. There's a first shot right there by 1904 trying to dust off the rust there.
Yeah, as you see right there, Alex trying to test the goalkeeper so far in this first 2 minutes of the game. Good strategy, because if it's something we saw a couple of games ago covering LA4s and other teams, not so many shots outside the 18-yard box.
And you know what, you're talking about pressuring the goalkeeper. Barrera was not really pressured when he was playing against Michigan Stars. It was a game that Barrera was actually had it pretty relaxing throughout the full 90. But talking about the opposing goalkeeper in Jean-Antoine, Antoine had a couple of mistakes last year, but we saw in the offseason definitely made a ton of tweaks. He really did address the mistakes that he was making last season. Now, new season, trying to move forward, and there we go. A ball bouncing right over Ernesto Espinosa. Like you're saying, with a turf field, the ball is definitely going to hop a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. You have to be very careful, like I said, with those long crosses. I'll leave you to this one, Alex.
All right, here we go. Cal United strikers trying to come here. Good defense there for San Diego. Swiping now and away. Long through ball. And Cal United trying to maintain the possession. Goes back to 1904. There's Espinosa. Abraham Villon trying to fight for that ball. Trying to allow the midfield players to fight it through. Here's Cal United losing his footing there. There's another good pass there, trying to get some good ball movement going for Cal United. That one booted away by 1904. So Alexis Villela trying to get a through ball there, trying to give it over to Tier Young. You see Tier Young hanging out. He's hanging out and about. He's waiting to get his first touch. And this is a player that's definitely very, very hard to defend. And here it is, counterattack for 1904, trying to push through, waiting for the offenses to come through. There's a shot deflected off of Cal United strikers. That one booted away by Cal United. And 1904 going to have to press the restart button back to the defenders.
Yeah, you see, like we mentioned, Alex, you have to get those shots out of the 18-yard box to test out the goalie. And so far, that's what 1904 has been doing this first few minutes.
1904 looking pretty good pretty early, I would say, Gustavo. They're coming up and they're really not wasting any time. They're not messing around at all. But you know what, Gustavo, really quick, as there goes the first whistle going against Cal United.
Yeah, that was Abraham Villon committing the foul for Cal United over here in their half.
So there's a nice through ball and no whistle there. All fair play, but definitely could make a case. He could potentially be injured, landing on his rear end there. Whistle's going to be called and they're going to get medical attention, and it'll be on Michael Bryant.
Yeah, one of the center backs who came down very hard on that play. It seems like as he jumped, the player of 1904 kind of hesitated to go up, and Bryant comes down very heavily on his back. And those kind of hurt when you go up for those balls and land on their back, because then the air comes out of your stomach too. So it's kind of difficult to get up and catch some air.
You really have to recuperate there. That was Lorenzo Ramirez who was trying to fight Michael Bryant for that ball there. But the ball goes right back over to Cal United. As fair play there, no whistle. They're going to let the play through it. Quadruple black jerseys there. That one's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll go be another throw-in for Cal United. So there's Salguero again with the throw in. Salguero did not get the start last week for Cal United, and Salguero last year was definitely a big player. That one booted over to Chris Clutie. Big time veteran presence for Cal United. Been a pretty quiet start for Christian Tieryoung. Christian Tieryoung, definitely a player that can make it into a 1-0 game pretty quick for Cal United. And here it is, Cal United trying to come up on a good attack there. They're trying to get the through ball over to Tieryoung, but nice play there for 1904, getting the stop. Now they're working pretty quick here. They try to come up on the counter attack. That one swiped away by Cal United. There's another through ball, trying to get that one over to Tieryoung, and a whistle, and it looks like it's going to go against Cal United. It was a collision of slide tackles there for both 1904 and Cal United right there. So that was Kevin Gian on the slide tackle.
Yeah, that could have been a dangerous play right there. If he doesn't put his leg back again on that slide tackle, we could have seen a red card on that play, Alex.
Definitely no intent there, early on in the game, early on in the season as well. There's still plenty of football to play here with 37 minutes remaining.
Yeah, but it's interesting because those kind of plays kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. If you're going to start hitting players, you're going to see a very chippy match so far in this first 45 minutes.
But, of course, you got to leave that up to the officials to do their job. And when they do see little cheap shots there, they're definitely going to address it. And they're going to say, hey, we're going to cool it down. And that's what these NISA officials have been doing an excellent job of trying to get that through ball over to Tieryoung. And Kevin Gian trying to give it over to Abraham Villon over on the right side. So Steven Barrera, he'll pick up the ball, looks around the pitch, still looks around. He's going all the way, goes to the 1904 side of the pitch. They try to get a through ball over to Tieryoung. That pass a little overcooked there for Tieryoung's favor.
Yeah, you see the Cal United coming out very strong in this first 9 minutes of the match, Alex. Trying to push those lines on the right side, looking to get those crosses in. But unfortunately, they haven't been assertive on those last touches.
Still pretty early on in this one. You can still see that these two teams are definitely testing the waters. You see a little bit of an aggressive approach for 1904, definitely coming in with those long through balls. And you can see just Cal United just playing their game, definitely playing very relaxed soccer. They're not showing any urgency here early on in the game. Still plenty of time here in this first half. And Jean-Antoine. That one booted high. Cal United comes right back up with it. Cutler, slide tackle, goes back over to Villon. Villon, he's working on the left wing. Villon, he has some help there from Salguero. Salguero saves down. There's a cross there in 1904. Boots that one high. And a little bit of Villon wrapping his arms around there. Officials, no whistles there for Villon. 1904 back up with the possession. They give that one back over to Espinosa.
Yeah, right there you see 1904 FC trying to come out with those first touches on the ground out of their third. I think it's going to be interesting to see if that pressure helps on Cal United's side.
So now you're starting to see a little bit more of the defenders getting the jobs done here. And a good takeaway here for 1904. They could be cooking something here. Villalobos gets knocked down there. Friendly shoulder tackle there for 1904. And here comes Cal United once again. And there's the whistle. And this could be a dangerous free kick.
Yeah, Alex.
So Ernesto Espinosa committed the foul there, right there. The kick, and he came in full contact against Alex Sundley.
Yeah, back-to-back mistakes by number 10, Ernesto Espinosa, the forward of 1904 FC, gives back the ball towards Cal United, and that causes for them to commit the foul, and it could be a dangerous play for Cal United.
Very close shot here for Cal United. A free kick, very close. They build the Great Wall of 1904. So Villalobos not going to be on the shot. Here it is. That one goes through, but deflected by Jean-Antoine. Great save there by Jean-Antoine there. Able to read the shot right off his foot and able to come up with that beautiful deflection. Look at that replay.
Yeah, that could have been a dangerous play right there for Jean-Antoine. Alex, the goalkeeper, very secure on the bottom. You know, like we said, those bounces could be very lethal, and right here he responds correctly.
Here's the first corner kick, and there's a header. And you know what? Not a bad idea there. You can see Cal United really trying to reach out for those opportunities and really trying to put Jean-Antoine to the test. And you know what? I would say this is more like a pop quiz for Jean-Antoine. That shot was pretty on point and pretty accurate there for Cal United.
Yeah, and then you have the corner kick, and Brian couldn't get a good touch on that ball. Good header, but couldn't give it the right direction to end up in the goal.
So again, it was Michael Bryant that came up helping Cal United to get that first goal in week 1 against Michigan Stars. Then it was Kevin Gian who would come in and put that one right back. So here's a good through ball for 1904, working from the left wing. Try to get something going. There's a pass there. That one deflected away by Cal United. Trying to boot that one away from their side of the pitch. 1904 trying to recover, trying to push the lines forward. Still trying to work from that left side. Still trying to fight for it. That one booted away by Michael Bryant. So there's a shot there. El Oso coming in with the save.
I believe it was number 22, Alex. Number 29, Perez, right here, coming out with a strong shot out of the 18-yard box, but very aggressive and very secure. Barrera right there, picking up the ball with these.
So Barrera playing exactly where he left off last season. Allowed very few goals. A lot of teams having tough times to score from. And there's a replay of that shot there. Barrera really making sure to get all of the ball and not allowing 1904 to get any second chance opportunities. So in the game against Stumptown Athletic for 1904, and that 35th minute, 1904 newcomer Joseph Perez would be the one to get 1904 on the board. That would be their first season goal. He would control clearance from Stumptown's keeper and found Mo Espinosa, who put a through ball to midfield Christian Enriquez. And the cross from Enriquez into the 6-yard box found Perez, who scored the second goal, which would make it into a 2-1 first half for 1904. So here's 1904 trying to come up on a counter attack.
Yeah, you see the last mistouch right there for 1904. But luckily for them, it went out of bounds, and they will be coming out with the throw-in. But so far, it's been, I believe, both teams coming out very offensive right here, Alex.
And you know what? Both of these teams have had 2 shots that have been spot on, making the goalkeepers put a lot of pressure there. And there's a nice takeaway for Cal United. Tearjung was trying to come in for his first touch, goes back over to Cutler, and they'll let the defense let it go back to the stop. So you can see that they're really persistent on that left side of the pitch for 1904. You can see that Espinosa's all by himself over here on the right side. So there they go, Espinosa with a touch. Nice through ball over to the right side. Saves on from going out of bounds, but will be a goal kick.
Yeah, you see right there, 1904 pushing up the lines on the right side, trying to attack from both ends of the field, right, left, but so far the last touch is missing right there, Alex, here in this first 60 minutes of play.
So they're making their way over to the 18-yard box, but the problem is that they're, like you said, they're just missing. They're missing the two pieces of ingredients of getting that nice through ball, the cross, and getting that player to get into the 18-yard box to net it in. But you're seeing 1904. They're now starting to find the flow into the game. Espinosa, he's pushing back through the lines. There he goes, gives it over to his midfield players. Now they're coming up on a pretty good recipe here for success. There's a cross. That one deflected away by 1904. And Espinosa trying to push through, and they're looking for the whistle.
Very close play right there, Alex. The referee, Samantha Martinez, doesn't call that play. Could have been it's still hesitant. You see the push right there, but nothing serious for the referee. Could have been the 1-0 for the home team, but instead they get a throw in.
So short throw in by Cutler. Gets the ball back there. It looks super good for that possession.
Yeah, it looks very dangerous right there from 1904. They're the ones who need the goal right here, Alex. They're at home in front of their home crowd, their home opener right here in this 2020 spring season for the NISA Soccer League. I think it's going to be interesting to see if they keep that same momentum going. Cal United so far holding back, making sure that those balls don't get through, and a great defense right there by the Cal United defender to make sure he gets Espinosa on an uncomfortable shot and almost a close play, but for me it wasn't a penalty.
So there you have it, folks. Gustavo Ortega saying no penalty on Espinosa. There's a cross attempt there by Espinosa, and there's definitely going to be a whistle there. Alexis Villela there, pushing down one of the Cal United players. Let's take a look at that replay, Gustavo. He's trying to come in. It looks like they were just tangled up in the wickets, rolling around.
Yeah, that was a smart foul right there by 1904 FC, because or else they could have got him in the counter attack. But he's very lucky on that one, because or else the referee would have called it yellow on him.
So that was Alex Sundley. And here we go back. The ball goes back to Cal United, and here they come. They're working on a very quick pace. Tierjung trying to push through the lines. Look for a very dangerous Tierjung. He puts the brakes on here. And now Cal United working from the 18-yard box. There's the cross there, and it's Jean Antoine on the deflection.
Yeah, that was number 10 from Cal United strikers. Gustavo Villalobos coming out with the right strong-footed shot. But the goalkeeper, Jean Antoine, very attentive, making sure he takes advantage and takes care of his near post and sends the ball to a corner kick.
So here's a second corner kick for Cal United strikers. And Gustavo, you were saying that Cal United playing a very defensive game. Don't sleep on Cal United. This is a team that if you give them that shot, as there's a corner kick there, and that's a corner kick perfectly placed for Cal United.
Yeah, that was defender Xavier Fuerte coming out with a flip flicker right near the post, but very attentive, the defender of 1904, clearing that ball out, giving no problems to his goalkeeper. But that could have been the close call, and that could have been the first goal of the game so far.
So Cal United really trying to whiff up their first goal here. Salguero, here he is on the corner kick. This one has some distance to it. Header. That one headed away by 1904, and that one misplayed by Alex Sundley. And there's going to be some players tangled away there. Just some friendly competition there between these two very familiar opponents.
Yeah, you see right there the hard clash, but that was very inappropriate because, you know, he tried to stop the ball and nothing dangerous right there. But talk about that corner kick, Alex. We did see the closest play of goal for both teams. Cal United coming out strong on those set pieces. And for the luck of 1904 FC, that didn't end up on a goal, thanks to number 6, Dallin Robert Cutler, who came out very strong and cleared the ball out.
So Cutler being the big player, you can see Espinosa, he's putting his hands up and he's saying, hey, over here, he's all by himself on the right side. 1904 still trying to push through that left side. Espinosa all by himself, plenty. He has acres of space over on the right side. Then they take it away right there. Whistle. And Martinez, she's coming up, and she's not going to be happy. And there's the first yellow card of the game. And it looks like the yellow card is going to be on Stuart Capriati.
Yeah, that was a tough foul right there for Cal United. You do have the advantage. Committing that foul could really cost you, Alex.
And again, earlier in the game, Gustavo, it was Cal United who did get a free kick relatively close to the 18-yard box. This is the closest free kick in the game. 1904 just about maybe a few inches away from they get a close free kick. This is going to be trouble. It'll be Espinosa that'll be on the free kick. So there's the whistle. We'll see who ends up on it. There's a shot there, and that one missing on the left side of the post.
Yeah, you see the strong shot from number 8 from 1904 FC, Christian Enriquez, who comes out very strong with the right shot. And very close call for the home team, who are looking to open up the scoreboard.
So there's Tierjung trying to put the pressure on Antoine. Antoine, he's yelling at his team. Where's the help? As here's Salguero. Salguero just short from being at midfield. There's a throw-in, trying to give that one over to Gian. Booted away by 1904. Salguero will get another shot at a throw-in. So Gian with the touch. He flips it right over Cutler. Gian tries to come up with a through ball. Gives it over to Tierjung. But 1904 reading that one rather nicely. Now they're trying to come up with a rebuttal. Here they are trying to get more pieces. Still trying to push through that left side of the field. That one taken away. Chris Clutie. Pretty quiet day for Chris Clutie. There's a through ball there. That one, the header, disrupting that cross, trying to give that one over to Espinosa. Espinosa trying to be that sneaky player for 1904. Good through ball there for 1904. Very good series of passes. Espinosa back to Cutler. Cutler gives it over to his midfield player as Capriati. There's a shoulder push there. So the shoulder tackle there was on Ozzy Ramos, the captain for 1904.
No, it was number 9, Alex. Tito Ramirez Jr., who came out with a strong shoulder, but the ref called a very unbalanced play, and it'll foul for Cal United.
So there's Gian. Gian gives that back over to Capriati, then to Gian. Gian over to Salguero. Pass over to Villon. Villon tried to poke it back over to Salguero. And Coach Ebert trying to tell the officials that it's Cal United ball, but Cal United comes right back up with it. Salguero with the ball, tries to get that through ball. No luck. 1904 been reading the Cal United passes, and a slide tackle there, and Abraham Villon hits the deck.
Yeah, that was the captain, number 4 from 1904 FC, who came out very strong. Ozzy Ramos, the first yellow card of the game for the home team. Very dangerous play right there, Alex. Could have been a red card, in my opinion.
So a yellow card each. Yellow card in the 21st minute by Capriati. Then a yellow card on Ozzy Ramirez. So here's a free kick. Salguero will be on the free kick. There it is. Nobody there, but finds its way over to the Cal United as Bryant trying to fight his way and try to keep that one in bounds. Bryant still trying to fight. Bryant with the throw-in.
Now, as we get to the 26-minute mark, Alex, a very aggressive game from both sides so far. They were both looking for that first goal to open up the game. I think both teams have had their opportunities, but in my opinion, Cal United have come up with the close-up goals so far in this first half.
But just as you say that, Gustavo, here's 1904 trying to put up a recipe here for the first goal. Espinosa trying to push his way through, and you can see that 1904, the bench wanting a whistle. No whistle there. They're going to let them play through this scrap. There's a shot attempt there for 1904. That one booted away by Cal United. There's the cross. 1904 tried to go in with the cross there, but booted away by Michael Bryant.
Yeah, right there, the back line from Cal United. So far, very secure, not making any mistakes, but that was a very bad communication between El Oso Barrera and Brian, who clearly just decided to kick the ball out and give the ball to 1904.
So 1904 coming up with that pump fake with looking like they were going to go deep, but ended up going short. Espinosa misplays that ball, and ball goes back over to Cal United. Could have been a mistake there by Espinosa. Who knows what could have happened in that possession. You saw Espinosa completely misreading that ball, letting it roll out of bounds, but the ball ends up going back to Cal United. So Cutler, always in the mix. You always seem to see whenever 1904 has a touch, you always see that Cutler is always one of the players that has to touch the ball at least once. A very good set player, very good piece for 1904. He's a player that always likes to set up the plays, and he's always setting up recipes for success.
Yeah, then you're talking about a great teammate right there, Alex. But you see right here, Cal United, very aggressive near their half line, controlling the back line, making sure that 1904 doesn't pressure a lot coming up on those right wings.
That was something that Cal United did very well. They can be a very silent team. They can be playing back against you, but as soon as you make that one mistake, just like that, in a blink of an eye, they'll make it 1-0. They'll always score a goal on you when you make that one mistake. They play back. When you make that one mistake, they come in as quick as a lightning strike, and they come in and they net one in. But right now, 1904 looking pretty good early on in this one. Cal United, for the most part, they've been playing back. As here's an opportunity for them. There's a through ball over to Kevin Gian. Gian trying to look for Tierjung. And there's a shot there by Kevin Gian.
Yeah, Kevin Gian right there testing now the goalkeeper, Jean Antoine. But the shot goes a little bit wide to the left. As we see the replay right here, you get the 1v1, the left foot shot. Tries to curve it towards the left post, but not so much of a lucky shot right there, Alex.
You can see Christian Tierjung really trying to pressure the back line for 1904. Give it back over to the defenders. Defenders just trying to read out the Cal United defense. Gian comes up on the swipe there, and Tierjung all by himself over on the left. They give that back over to Villalobos. Villalobos, here he comes with the shot. Another good quality shot there for Cal United.
Yeah, so far in this last couple minutes, Alex, you see Cal United pressing up on those lines, coming up with those dangerous shots, trying to test the goalkeeper. But this one, as you see the replay right here, coming out strong, goes wide left, but there's a touch on the 1904 offside for a corner kick.
Here's corner kick number 4 on the afternoon. Looks like That's Sundley. There's a header, and that one, another shot for Cal United. That's another blown opportunity, but you know what? Cal United putting up some great quality shots early on.
Yeah, we'll see right here, Alex, another set piece that could have been dangerous for Cal United. As we see the header right there, goes wide right. A very dangerous play from that header, but luckily for 1904 FC, it didn't end up inside the net.
You know what? It's been nothing but exciting soccer here in Lincoln High School. Whatever venue you're close to, and for NISA soccer, as the Dalai Lama, Gustavo, and I always say, always support your local NISA soccer teams, wherever that may be. But let's take you back into the action as Sandli has to push his way back. He has to give that back over to Capriati. Capriati gives it over to Bryant. Bryant try to get that through ball. Capriati still up with the ball. Tries to get that back over to Villalobos. But initially, it'll be an offsides on Cal United.
Yeah, on that last corner kick, Alex, when we saw the shot go wide right, that was Xavier Fuerte, the captain from Cal United, who almost came up with the goal.
So what initially started with that corner kick, and with that, it was 1904 misplaying a pass. And Cal United, as they always do, always trying to capitalize on passing mistakes. He tried to work very quick. They work back, trying to conserve their energy. And once they have the ball, they come up explosive, just like a set of TNTs. They come in explosive, try to get a good shot. And you know what? It was Kevin Gian that tried coming in with that shot. Gian ended up missing it, but ball was touched by 1904, resulted in that corner kick, and then it was Xavier Fuerte who tried to come in with it here. And here, you know, here's Christian Tierjung. Tierjung trying to keep his footing there, trying to keep the play alive. It's a 2-on-2. Tierjung, there he is with a shot straight to Jean-Antoine.
Yeah, unlucky cross right there, Alex, from Gian. You try to see the right side really scrambled, looking for that foul, but it doesn't get called. Now you see right here your teammate wide open, and he gives it right into the hands of Jean-Antoine.
So now you're starting to see that Cal United putting it into third gear. Before they were in second, now here's third. Trying to get that through ball over to Villalobos. Would have been excellent there if they gave it to Villalobos. Would have been very much trouble for 1904. They come in with a great read on that pass as Capriati gives that back over to Fuerte. Then over to Salguero. And Abraham Villon misreading the pass there. Salguero, quick throwing over to Villon. Villon taking on against Cutler. That one booted away by 1904. Swiped away by Cal United. Villon, here he is again, trying to push the lines through. Villon tries to get that through ball over to Tierjung. Tierjung getting his first touch here. Working from the left flanks. There's a cross there. That one booted away by 1904. Salguero working against Espinosa. Espinosa boots that one out, and it'll be a corner kick, number 5 for Cal United.
Yeah, Cal United, like we mentioned, Alex, it's been so far their time right here in the last 10 minutes, pressing up those lines, looking for those crosses on the sides, looking for their wings, and so far has been very effective. Close calls, but so far the goal hasn't gotten into the net.
So there's the corner kick. There's a header opportunity there. Jean-Antoine punching that one away, and here we go. 1904 trying to get something brewing as Chris Clutie, the veteran for Cal United, booting that one away to his defenders. Michael Bryant tried to give that one over to Salguero. Espinosa with a quick throw in. 1904 trying to work quickly here, trying to use Cal United's strategy trying to use it against themselves.
Now we see 1904 being more aggressive. They know they're in trouble in the last couple of minutes, but they're trying to get out of their own field and come up with some plays on the right wings with Espinosa, and using that speed so far hasn't been working because the backline from Cal United has been very aggressive.
So 9 minutes left here in Lincoln High School in San Diego, California, home of 1904, taking on against Cal United Strikers. Alex Naveja with you guys here in this beautiful Sunday evening. Alongside of me is Gustavo Ortega and the TV EMAX crew. We thank each and every one of you guys for tuning into this Sunday afternoon soccer match.
Yeah, a very big thank you to everyone who has been part of this. Watching us, it's been a really pleasant experience. We really thank you for being part of this NISA new chapter, Spring 2020. I'm glad to see everyone out here supporting their local teams, Alex. We saw that in the first game in LA Force against Detroit City FC. People from Detroit actually made the trip all the way to Los Angeles to support their local team. And also now we have 1904 FC fans coming out here this Sunday over here in San Diego, and those two from Cal United fans who also made the trip from Irvine. A very pleasant evening so far of soccer.
You know what? It's been an amazing first 37 minutes of this game. And, you're talking about, action so far in week 1 and week 2 as of now, as week 2, just after this game, going to be coming to an end. But week 1, very fun week for all of the teams here, a part of NISA. And you know what? A couple of teams with some new venues. I mean, we're talking about 1904 with the new venue, originally last year playing over at the SDCCU, home of San Diego State Aztecs football there. But now making a new venue over here in Lincoln High School. And we're even talking about head coach Anatoly Ropstaff. And Coach Rupstaff was actually pretty happy about the venue change. I mean, he actually likes the stadium here. And this is actually the first time that 1904 even stepped foot on this field, on the pitch here. But here's 1904 threatening here, trying to push that one through. And instead, the ball will go back over to Cal United.
Yeah, right here we have the last minutes in this first half, Alex. 1904 trying to get back on the rhythm, on their groove, because so far it's been all Cal United in the last, I would say, 10-15 minutes. Very aggressive. 1904 trying to break those lines. The center backs looking aggressive for Cal United so far in this first 38 minutes.
So you're talking about having control of this game, Gustavo. In the beginning of the game, I would say it was Cal United who had control of the game. Then at least midway through the first half, it was 1904 trying to come up, and there's a shot that's overcooked by Christian Enriquez.
Yeah, very strong, powerful right foot shot from Enriquez. Gets under the ball after that pass from Espinoza. Gets the pressure, and it goes wide, too high, I should say. And another missed opportunity from 1904.
So Enriquez, he was wide open for a shot there. That was a missed opportunity there for 1904, and that's a shot that 1904 would definitely love to have back here in this ball game. Minute 40 here in Lincoln High School. Cal United over at 1904 in their 2020 spring season home opener. And we're talking about new venues for teams. Also a new venue for LA Force. New venue for them. They're playing over at Cal State Los Angeles and over in Jesse Owens Stadium. As there's a cross, trying to give that one over to Villalobos. Villalobos, he was ready for that cross, ready to net that one in. So both teams with some very good-looking crosses, very good-looking shots here as the final minutes of this first half slowly ticking away.
Yeah, you see now Cal United notices the pressure from 1904, trying to push up those lines as soon as possible, trying to get rid of the ball. And we see the long crosses, but unfortunately they have been missing on those last touches.
So there's Ramos trying to push the lines forward. Give it back over to the defenders, over to their midfield players. They give it back over to Cutler. Again, we're talking about Cutler being a big player for 1904. Big player. Villon tried to come up on that takeaway. He goes back over to 1904. Here's Villalobos. Villalobos trying to push through. He goes over to the left side, fakes out his defender Espinosa. He has Villon there. There's a shot there, and you saw the movement there on that shot. Completely gloved by Jean Antoine.
Yeah, you see number 10 from Cal United, who comes out very strong. Villalobos, my tocayo, Gustavo Villalobos, trying to look for that right foot shot. A little bit of a curve, but right into the hands of Jean Antoine.
So tocayo meaning twin in Spanish for Gustavo Ortega. To his tocayo, Gustavo Villalobos.
Could be a long lost cousin. Who knows?
Is there any soccer blood in you, Gustavo?
There's always been, but after I messed up my knee, I had to retire, unfortunately.
Unfortunate losses there. Who knows, Gustavo? You could have potentially been on the pitch as well.
Yeah, I could have been playing for the local teams. You never know, but unfortunately, my knee was blown out, and now I'm here talking soccer.
Hey, at least it's good to stay around the pitch, right?
Can't complain, Alex.
We got a good one for you folks here on Sunday evening action in NISA. Your typical Orange County versus San Diego team. And it's been 1904. They have been on a little bit of a rocky start in the game. They've started off the game coming up rather aggressive, getting some long through balls. Then you saw Cal United starting to, read in 1904 and they said, okay, we're starting to do a little better there. Whistle going against Cal United.
Yeah, you see now 1904 putting those pressure, but bad mistake right here, trying to play quick. Could have kept it short, finds his partner, but decides to blow the ball out, and luckily for them, it ends on the feet of their partner.
So there's Ramos, long cross. That one could be overcooked. They keep that one in bounds. That one booted away by Cal United, trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Ball still in play. There's a cross there as Bryant. He's able to get a header out there. 1904 not giving up on the play there. Chris Clutie able to come up, helping the defenders. There's a pass over to Gian, but ends up going back to 1904.
Yeah, trying to be pressure right there, Alex, but unfortunately for them, couldn't get a good touch on that ball. Now, 1904 FC has been coming out very strong in this last few minutes, trying to keep that possession, not giving it to Cal United, and so far they've done a good job in the last couple of minutes.
So 1904 starting to change their strategy and now trying to go from the right side. Villalobos all over Espinosa. Espinosa loses his footing there. Villalobos tried to come up with a pass, trying to give that one over to Tierjung. And a whistle looks like going to go on Gustavo Villalobos. Let's take a look at that replay once again. Villalobos tried to come in, and you saw Villalobos extending his hands out to try to stop Espinosa there.
Yeah, we now have less than a minute here. Lincoln High School, Alex, so far a very intense matchup between these two teams. Coming out very strong. Both teams had their opportunities to open up the scoreboard. In my opinion, Cal United had the closest calls, but thanks to the great appearance of Jean Antoine and his defense, so far it's been a 0-0 game.
And you know what, Gustavo, I definitely have to say, in this first half, these two squads have not given it 100% just yet. I feel like they're still holding some back in the tank, and I feel like there's still a lot left here in this game as we have 1 minute of stoppage time.
Yeah, 1 minute, that's all they get. I agree, not much to add up on this first half. Couple of fouls that stopped the game, the rhythm, but nothing serious to add more into this first half.
So here's the 1 minute left. Free kick for 1904. Villalobos comes up with the stop. It's going to be a leg race for the ball. It's going to be Christian Tierjung. He's up with the possession here. He wins that foot race. There's a cross, trying to give that one over to Salguero. That one skied, and 1904 still trying to fight. That goes back over to Tierjung. Not the guy you want to allow to get the touch. Villon over to Villalobos. The cross, and booted away. Now here's an opportunity for a counterattack for 1904 Espinosa. The pass, and it goes over to Ramirez, and there's the whistle, and that'll be the end of the first half here inside of Lincoln High School.
Yes, that was an unfortunate play for 1904 FC. Could have been more dangerous, but the referee calls the offsides and ends the game, well, the first half right away to give both teams a break, and we'll be right back, no?
Gustavo, first half. Action-packed first half despite it being goose eggs on the board. What did you like it from this first half before we close it down and make it halftime?
That both teams really came out to win. Both teams, doesn't matter if it was a home team or the away team. As you see the replays from the most dangerous play so far. Cal United coming out very strong, had the key plays, but thanks to Jean Antoine, it's still 0-0 in favor. Well, which I think it's a very valuable point so far for Cal United, who's on the road for the first time this season, but a bad result for 1904.
Well, Gustavo, you said it just right. A lot of close shots for both of these teams, but you know what? At the same time, you got to tip your caps to both of these excellent goalkeepers as well, especially Jean-Antoine, getting a lot of these parts of the shots here in this first half. Jean-Antoine really did. He is now in that next level in goalkeeping and trying to be a great here in NISA soccer. But you know what? Great shots, great defense from both of these teams. As that's all we have here in the first half in Lincoln High School in San Diego, California. Still scoreless. I'm Alex Naveca and Gustavo Ortega. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Lincoln High School here in San Diego, California. Everybody thrilled about second half NISA action. Alex Naveja, alongside with me is Gustavo Ortega. Gustavo was with the Black Plague, trying to catch up with the fan base down there, taking in this home opener in this new venue. And you know what? It's been a great game here in Lincoln High School. And you know what? In a new venue, everyone full of excitement, everyone's just full of energy and just really taking in this game. Gustavo, what did you see down there with the fan base?
Yeah, man, it's been so electric so far in this first 45 minutes. Got to hang out with them for a little bit. A lot of young kids out here, Alex, part of the Black Plague. You know, that's a tradition from San Diego from now on, trying to keep this tradition going. And I think I'm very excited to see how so many kids, boys and girls, come out to this. I'm out of breath, sorry. I just climbed up the stairs. But yeah, it's been incredible to see all these fans coming out here. Like I said, boys and girls, learning early what that tradition of soccer could be, how big it could be. You know, last game we were like, last home opener, we mentioned a lot how we have this soccer culture here in San Diego now. You do have people who go to the Xolos de Tijuana games just across the border, you know, just is a drive down there. And those same people come out here, who live here, support the local teams. And I think it's been a very fruitful experience to see these people come out and support their home team.
And for the fans that come here to support their local NISA teams, also for those of you that cannot make it to a game, thank you so much for showing your support here for TVE Max, along with your local NISA team, whether you can make the teams or not make the games, out to San Diego, Irvine, over to LA, or even for those of you over in Oakland and over here on the west side. And, you know, we have our East Coast teams in Detroit and Michigan. Second half of soccer is just around the corner. Both teams are on the pitch just waiting for the whistle to be blown. But you know what? This second half, what are your expectations for the second half?
Very aggressive San Diego team right here, Alex, who needs to come out with the 3 points at home. I think they're going to be focusing on creating those opportunities out front, looking for their forwards, breaking those back lines through the lines, looking for those those through balls, and as well as the long balls, making sure they finish the last pass, and we'll see how they end up in this second half.
So Michael Bryant done for the day as Kevin Garcia Lopez now enters the game. So here's second half action inside of Lincoln High School. So here it is, 1904.
Yeah, we saw this potential opportunity for Cal United FC as they come on this one.
So 1904 here with their first touch. Trying to come up aggressive here in this first touch in the second half. They're working from the left side, left wing. That one takes away, and Lopez up with his first touch coming off of the bench. That one, Sky and Coach Ebert showing off his footwork on the sidelines. I'm pretty sure Coach Ebert would love to be back on the pitch very quickly, right?
Yeah, you know, you always have that feeling of touching that ball with your feet, and I think you get those memories even as a coach, because you do like to fight. Even if you're in the bench, Alex, you want to see your players come out and be successful.
We had an opportunity before we tell you about that. There's 1904 coming up firing here in this second half. They're hungry for that first goal and trying to give these fans something to cheer for here in Lincoln High School.
Yeah, you see 1904, like I said, they have to be very aggressive in this second half, Alex. They need those points to go on top of the table.
Now here's Cal United's turn, booted away by 1904. That's Patrick Perez on the slide, booting that one away. And here's corner kick number 6 and the first one in the half for Cal United. And it'll be Salguero who will be on the corner kick. Decides to go short, gives it over to Villalobos. Villalobos there with the shot. But whistle's going off, and looks like it's going to be another corner kick for Cal United.
Yeah, it seems like number 10 from Cal United, who is still on the floor, Gustavo Villalobos. Could have been when he took the shot. It does sometimes you get to, it could be dangerous because you could pull something right there, Alex.
So here's another corner kick. He decides to go long, headed away for 1904. And you know what, Gustavo? We got ourselves more corner kicks. Well, let's see if third time's a charge. Excuse me, no corner kick. It's going to be a throw-in. Salguero, there's a nice cross there, but knocked away by 1904. Villon putting the pressure there on the back lines. 1904 just trying to boot that one away. So there's Chris Clutie, leg race, and he's trying to race. So here's 1904 working back, giving it back over to the defenders. There's long through ball, and will be out of bounds. So a long throw-in for Cal United. Villon, series of shoulder tackles there, no whistle. They're gonna let them play through it. That's Patrick Perez on that shoulder tackle. Here's Chris Clutie trying to fight through his defender. And Espinosa, he has the privilege of defending Chris Clutie tonight.
Yeah, you see right there, Espinosa trying to make a leg race, but couldn't get there on time. It'll be a goal kick for Cal United, who so far have been comfortable in the second half. You saw both teams trying to propose on the attacking side, but nothing so far.
So there is Christian Tierjung trying to put the pressure on Patrick Perez. Perez has been a part of a lot of the action. Cal United tried to pressure Jean Antoine there. 1904. Here they are trying to put a successful possession together. There's Villela. Gives it over to his captain Ramos. Then they give it back over to the defenders. They're going to restart the play. That one booted a long way. Initially trying to give that one over to Alexis Villela.
Yeah, you see 1904 trying to spread the field, switching off the balls. But unfortunately for them, they haven't been very assertive here in this first few minutes.
So they're switching it up. They're going to go over to the right side. Initially started the second half attacking the left wing. Now they're going over from the right wing. Trying to let the defenders trying to push forward. The header, trying to give that one over to Perez. Perez tries to knock that one away, trying to save that one from going out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for Cal United.
Yeah, you see right there that connection, Alex, trying to go through the lines of the back line. But unfortunately, the ball goes too long, couldn't get there on time, and it'll be a goal kick for Cal United.
So Villela on the throw-in. And he gives it over to Garton. And booted away, Garton. Another touch there. Garton, he's playing back. He gives it back over to his defender, Clark. Now, Clark over on the right side. Here's Chris Clutie. Pushes that one back. And Tierjung trying to go trying to pressure Perez there. Tirjung really trying to put the pressure. Now you're starting to see Abraham Villon trying to put that pressure on Clark, and that putting on that pressure works in the favor of Cal United. There's Villalobos, and Villalobos tries to come up on the shot there. Too many black jerseys there. Villalobos trying to push through the right side. Tries to get that pass over to Tirjung. Goes back over to 1904. So a well-read play for 1904. So there goes Gartana once again, pushing through the lines. That one booted away, and it'll be another throw-in for 1904. So whistle going to be called on Abraham Villon as Ozzy Ramos. You saw Villon a little bit with that left hand pushing Ramos down. Pushing Ramos down on there. So ball goes back over to 1904. There's a through ball. Capriati trying to fight his way and having a fight over in midfield. There's a nice through ball going over to Tirjung. Tirjung going to be called on the offsides.
Yeah, you see right there, Alex trying to be more aggressive up front, but so far unlucky plays, not good timing passes at all. And I think that's have been very costly for both teams trying to get to the end line. Not a lot of good touches to get through.
So Kevin Garcia, here he is on the throw-in. 1904 takes the ball right back, trying to push forward. The defenders for Cal United getting the better end of it. Ramos back up with it. He tries to give it over to Gartan. Gartan gets rid of it and go from the midfield players over to the defenders. Defenders trying to push forward, and there's going to be a whistle, and it looks like it's going to go against Cal United. So you really have to appreciate that there. You saw both Cal United player along with 1904 just checking up on the other player from 1904, checking up to make sure he's okay. You know, you always got to appreciate that good sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's what soccer's all about, that sportsmanship, Alex. And I think it's going to be important to see how both teams can be very sometimes tough on the field, but they know at the end of the day it's just a game. And they're trying to be competitive as much as possible. As we have one substitution here for San Diego 1904 FC. Well, there's going to be two substitutions, Alex. Couple changes here for 1904.
So still pretty early changes here in the second half of this one. Trying to change it up, and you can see that Coach Rubstaff is really trying to change things up, change the formula up as that one punched away by Barrera. 1904 still trying to push through in the possession there. There's Gartan. Gartan, there he is with the pass right there. Wow, and 1904 lets that one in.
I think it's going to be called an offside, Alex. I did see the flag from the assistant referee coming up. And it'll be still 0-0.
Very close play there for 1904. So take a look at that replay. That offsides flag did go up. So we'll remain scoreless here in Lincoln High School.
Yeah, you see right here, Alex, both teams, that was a close call. What a shot. And off the crossbar, Alex. I think that was the most important shot of 1904 so far in this game. Came out very close, just a little bit offsides to still be 0-0.
You know what, going back to that shot for 1904, that was right off of the crossbar, but what a shot there. And I believe the shot was even by Garton right there, William Garton, the midfield player for 1904. But here's Cal United trying to get something brewing here in this possession. A 2-on-2 over in that right wing. Garton, we were just speaking about him, and a nice through ball over on the left wing. The defender's trying to do the job for Cal United. Trying to put some fancy dance moves in, that one booted away by Fuerte.
Yeah, you have right there number 25 from 1904 FC coming out very strong. Don Chilao right there. The 1v1, but luckily for him, get a corner kick out of that great play.
So it's Liao coming in with some tap dancing shoes right there, trying to make Fuerte take him out to the dance, but at the end of the day, Fuerte rejected his offer there. But it results in a corner kick for 1904. This is their first corner kick here in this second half. So they go short, but they're going to set it there for 1904, and that'll go to a goal kick for Cal United. So here's Steven Barrera. Long kick at about midfield. Laborio coming off of the bench for 1904. As Gustavo Villalobos will let that one bounce out of bounds. A long throw, and he wastes no time trying to give it over to Tirjung. And that one booted out. Another throw in for Cal United. So Villalobos trying to move the pieces around as Kevin Garcia, and the whistle is still going to be another Cal United throw-in. So there was a throw-in right there, and Tirjung hitting the deck, Laborio coming in. So here's a free kick for Cal United. Salguero will be on the free kick. This one, another close one for Cal United. This is the second close free kick, so here it is. There's the kick. That one deflected by Jean-Antoine.
Yeah, right there. Good way to punch it out, Alex. Jean-Antoine, in my opinion, has been the player of the game so far. The goalkeeper, very aggressive. For 1904 FC, the foul right there, that ends up the play.
Jean-Antoine was grimacing on that play, and there's a nice through ball over there for Villalobos. Villalobos trying to look for the cross. Got to look for an opportunity here. Gets a cross. Tirjung coming in, but deflected by 1904. Shot on goal for the Cal United. There is a player down for Cal United. That one's going to be booted away, and can't quite get a number. I want to say it's Xavier Fuertes.
Yeah, the captain, Alex Fuerte, right there. As we see the replay, a strong shot from Tirjung, number 16, but a great defensive block right there by the defender of 1904, denying the goal for the visiting team.
You know what, I have to say, Gustavo, if it was not for that defender sneaking in, that's Eder Ariola. If it wasn't for Ariola that was just manages walking by, minding his own business, we'd be looking at a 1-0 ball game right now. So Villalobos is going to have to give it back over to Jean-Antoine. So instead of going long, he goes short, and he initially rolls it over to Clark. Ball goes back over to Garcia. Garcia over to Villalobos. Clark comes up on the stop. Give it over to Cutler. Cutler was trying to give it over to Garton. So you're really starting to see this game pick up between these two, Gustavo. You're really starting to see that these two teams are really starting to go back and forth. And you can see that collision from Cutler. Free kick for Cal United. They decide to go short, give it back over to their defenders. That one misplayed by Clutie. Clutie picks that one up very quickly. But the poke by Chilao. So they give it over to Laborio, midfield player. Then the poke over to the Chilao. Here's Villalobos once again. Villalobos really getting a lot of touches here in this game. Decides to change directions. Goes over from the left wing. Still trying to push forward. There's the cross attempt there. Booted away by 1904. Still trying to boot it away. Garton gives it back over to his defenders. But it's Cal United still trying to push through the lines. They boot it over to Garcia. Garcia now starting to get pressured by Chilao. They give it back over to their defenders as Fuertes gives it back over to Barrera. Barrera, he's going to get pressured by 1904. Long through ball there, but be a whistle, and it'll go against Cal United. So Antoine, here he is getting pressured by Christian Tierjung. He was just a second away from deflecting that kick from Antoine. You can see Christian Tierjung really just getting pressured, and there he is. Whistle gonna go against 1904. So here's a free kick for Cal United. Not as close as previous free kicks as well, but still something can be brewing for Cal United.
Now we have a couple of substitutions for the away team. Alex, number 9, comes in. Omar Nuno as a forward to replace number 11, Abraham Villon, here in this second half, and as well as number 23 goes in from Cal United, Shinya Cadono, and we'll see who comes out for him.
So still waiting to see. So there's a free kick. This one up and gloved completely by Jean-Antoine. So free kick, that one straight to Jean-Antoine. He skies this one to somewhat of a gloomy sky. That's on top of Lincoln High School. They give it over to Chilao. Chilao trying to get rid of it, but initially Garcia tries to come in, but the ball will go back over to 1904.
Yeah, we see it right here, 1904 coming out very strong, trying to get something going. But you see a pull of jerseys cutting down the offensive play for 1904 as they need to create more pressure up front, Alex. So far, they had that just one opportunity off the crossbar in this second half, and nothing much out of that one. But they have to be very careful as Cal United is also putting pressure up front.
So Abraham Villon was one of the substitutions made. Villon out of the game, as it'll be a free kick for 1904. So it's the 67th minute, and we're still scoreless.
And it was number 6, Caprioti, who came out for Cal United as well.
So there was Cal United trying to come in on the threat. But you know what, Gustavo? We have to talk about the substitution of Omar Nuno coming on the pitch for Cal United. This is a big-time threat, and this is a big player. I mean, a big fella for Cal United. This is a player that if you get the perfect cross to him, he could definitely outbeat everybody in height-wise and could definitely do some damage. Here's the cross, trying to find its way through that, punched away by Jean-Antoine. Still trying to get it, and you saw Villalobos trying to come in. And again, Nuno coming in, putting the pressure on Jean-Antoine.
Jean-Antoine right there doesn't want any problems, just punches it out towards the right side where there's no one. We see the replay right here. The shot, the deflection, Jean-Antoine wants no problems, and with his right fist just clears it out, so it could be ball for Cal United.
So a very smart play for Antoine. It would have been trouble with Nuno really creeping up in the neighborhood as Cal United tried to come up on a smart foul, but they're not going to get called on the whistle there. They're going to let the play here. Here's Gaitan. Good through ball for him. There's a cross, trying to get something brewing. Booted away there. Close play there for Cal United.
Yeah, that was Gonzalo Salguero right there, almost with the own goal. So close, just chips it, and it goes right near the right post. Oh my God, that could have been dangerous for 1904 FC.
So here's Espinosa. Espinosa will be the one on the corner kick. You could see a couple of Cal United players. You see Tony Lopez really trying to put that pressure. Lopez, a new acquisition for Cal United. That corner kick deflected away by Cal United. Long through ball going over to Nuno. Nuno, he's getting double teamed. Here's a trying to give it over to Garcia. Garcia trying to push it through, but it's Jean-Antoine who comes in. And you saw Garcia was trying to avoid the offsides call, but you know, it's Jean-Antoine, the theme of today's game. And you know what? That player of the game, I would say as well, agreeing with Gustavo. Here's Chilao over on the left wing, still trying to push through. But it's Chilao losing the control and letting that one roll out of bounds.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alex, as we mentioned it before, the last touch is what's missing from both teams. I think, you know, trying to do the individual work is pretty good, but you have to finish those crosses in order to find the number 9.
So here we go. Here's Christian Tierjung. There's a nice through ball, trying to give it over to Villalobos, and that ball is deflected away by 1904. And here's another opportunity for Cal United.
That was Alex Sundley right there. Alex trying to test out the goalkeeper, Jean-Antoine. Very aggressive with the right first shot, but it goes very wide and not a much problem for the goalkeeper.
Hey, you know what? Something I got to tell you, Gustavo. For those of you out there listening to this game, these two teams are going to go back-to-back. So tonight they're playing over here in Lincoln High School. Next week they'll be playing on over at Championship Stadium. So you saw 1904 trying to attack there. They keep the offenses going. They're still trying to push through. There's a nice cross there deflected away by Salguero. So here's going to be another corner kick for 1904. So for those of you that were in attendance here in Lincoln High School, well, you're going to get an opportunity to go to Championship Stadium to cheer on for 1904. The very next week, these two teams will back in action as that corner kick went straight to the sides of the goalpost.
Yeah, you get the opportunity as we get another substitution right here. Alex, number 98 from San Diego 1904 FC will come in. Milo Barden, and comes out number 25, Don Chilao.
So Chilao, he's going to be done for today. And you're saying, Gustavo, that Garton is going to be coming into the game. But you know what? Don Chilao really does deserve that round of applause. Chilao, big-time player. And this was a player that was really trying to get something going for 1904. So a difference. We'll see what we'll see what 1904 has in store for this second half as far as these substitutions being made. Along with Cal United as well. They're started to change up the players on the pitch as well. So we'll see what the difference in players on the pitch can do here. See if those changes can put the first goal on the board. Oh, there's a through ball there. Trying to get that touch there. And there's Gartan trying to come up on the recovery. There's Laborio. Slide tackle there for Cal United. Put away by Villalobos. You see the big fella Nuno trying to push off 1904's defender there.
Yeah, you see it right here that with the change is a man-to-man change substitution from 1904 with number 98 coming in, Barton taking that place of Shilao. But you don't see the difference. You come out with a strong winger and looking for those crosses that could be very dangerous for 1904 FC.
So here's 1904 trying to push the lines down. Laborio misplaying the ball, goes back over to Cal United. What I'm interested in seeing, Gustavo, is you're seeing Christian Tierjung and Omar Nuno on the pitch at the same time. We'll see what Cal United does to be able to utilize those weapons. But at the same time, 1904, they have some weapons of their own that they're playing with coming off of the bench. You know, Milo Barton, he's coming in, and he was already trying to make a statement here coming off of the bench.
Yeah, you need those second half substitutions who will have the same intensity as the starters, so both teams can be really missing or lack the advantage.
And an easy whistle there for the officiating as Omar Nuno did push down Cutler there. So Patrick Perez, defender, not getting pressured as Christian Tierjung initially letting him push forward. Ball goes back over to Antoine. Antoine delivers that one past midfield. Tierjung, header, as the ball will go, and it'll be a goal kick. So long through ball going over to the right side of the pitch. Still trying to push forward, but Cal United putting the pressure down low. Pushes through. Slide tackle stays as 1904's favor. The ball goes over to Espinosa. Espinosa trying to push forward. Gives over to his midfield player. Still trying to push forward. Espinosa up with the ball once again. Espinosa still looking to work with what he has. There's Gartan. Gartan trying to push. Excellent series of passes for 1904. So Ariola, there's a shot there. Wow, what a shot by 1904.
Yeah, another close opportunity right there for 1904, Alex. That was so close to open up the scoreboard. We see the replay. You see the captain dribbling, coming off the right shot. A very dangerous play. Could have been the 1-0, but it goes wide left. So close. Look at that. Right next to inside the 18-yard box. But that could have been dangerous.
So 1904 really starting to speed things up here, and they're really trying to be a little more aggressive than how they were starting this first half or the second half. So they give it over to their midfield players, Laborio, over to Williams, to William Gartan. 1904, there's a pump fake there. There's a little slow shot, not a lot of sauce on the shot as Barrera very quick to get that deep pass. Gives it over to Omar Nuno. Nuno still trying to fight for the ball, but that one will be headed away by Patrick Perez. So the remainder of the teams trying to catch up on the pitch as Christian Tierjung. Quick throw in. There's a shot there, but we'll end up going back to Jean Antoine for a goal kick.
Yeah, that was Patrick Perez, number 29, trying to test out Jean Antoine, who has been excellent so far in this game. I don't think that kind of shot was going to surprise them anyways.
So Clutie trying to push that ball over to their side of the pitch. As Barton and a whistle. It looks like it's going to be a whistle on Tony Lopez, a new Cal United player.
Ramos, who went down very hard. You can see the replay right here. Gets hit pretty hard on his back. Probably a knee to the backbone. And I think that was a very close play. Could have been a yellow, but the referee says no.
So still scoreless in the 79th minute. Alex Naveja with you guys. Gustavo Ortega, good through ball, trying to give it over to Ramos. Tierjung gives it back over to his defender. Trying to get that through ball going, trying to give it over to Tierjung. Goes back, Barton, as he hits the deck, and a whistle going to be called on Cal United. You see Samantha Martinez, the officiating, just trying to tell a Cal United player, hey, this is what you did wrong. This is why there was a whistle that was going off. I believe that was Garcia on the whistle.
Yeah, Kevin Garcia Lopez commits a foul. Could be dangerous play right here for the home team, and it can cost the away team.
So here's a free kick. Espinosa will be on the free kick, looking around where he's going to go with the free kick. There it is. That one kicked away by Cal United. 1904 still knocking on the door, still looking for an opportunity. There's Garton. Garton's changing the directions over to the right. Still trying to push forward. Laborio with a little bit of a semi-spin move there. Garton trying to get across. As ball going up, late whistle going against Tony Lopez. And there's a yellow card again for Samantha Martinez. She takes it out. She gives it over.
Yeah, that was a yellow card for number 19, I believe, Alex. William Garden, who gets the second yellow card of the game for 1904 FC.
So the second yellow card issued for 1904.
Yellow card on number 19, Billy Garton.
So Christian Tierjung fights through both of his defenders, but ball will go back over to 1904. There's a good leg race there. Cal United saving that one from going out of bounds, but 1904 on the throw-in anyway. Garton try to give it over to the left wing. There's a nice cross there, deflected away by Cal United. This game pretty evenly matched between these two.
Yeah, right here, Alex, the last 9 minutes of this game could be anyone's game.
See, here it is. Cal United trying to come in, trying to get across there. Nobody there. Christian Tierjung was late to the party, and due to that cross attempt, I believe it was from Gustavo Villalobos trying to come up with that cross, Tierjung did not arrive in time to receive that pass.
Yeah, and then the referee, you see right there, calling for a goal kick after the ball went out of bounds. But, yeah, interesting play right there, Alex. No one in the middle to finish that play, but it would have been disallowed anyways.
So here's 1904 trying to respond with something close here. Even trying to get a goal to respond. Still goose eggs. One of these teams trying to crack one of those goose eggs. Omar Nuno. He gets a late whistle. Whistle going to be on Patrick Perez.
Yeah, good way to stop the play right there, Alex. But you have to be careful with this late, getting those second yellow cards. And right here, we see like now Cal United killing down the tempo to make sure the 1904 doesn't pressure anymore.
So 83rd minute. Here's Chris Clutie trying to push forward. It said, gives it back over. There's the cross. Trying to get a through ball. As Barton trying to boot that one away. The line's trying to push forward, but it looks like Patrick Perez again slow to get up.
Yeah, that could have been a hard clash. A bunch of butt hits right there, Alex. Those are really pretty much dangerous. You don't want to end up with a concussion and have to come out of the game. But that was a hard clash, but it seems to be fine.
No need for any trainers to come out on the pitch. Looks like Patrick Perez back on his feet, ready for action. But in the meantime, Gustavo, looking back at week one, there were 4 total draws in week one. Stumptown Athletic tying with 1904 and a Chattanooga FC also resulting in a tie, along with LA Force also resulting in a draw in their game. As far as teams that won, Oakland Roots coming up with a win along with Detroit City and a Cal United. Also, the only 3 teams in the league that received wins in week one.
Yeah, so far as being a close matchup, Alex, all of the teams, because you see right here, those games have been very close, a couple draws, and so far right here it's been a 0-0 draw.
So here's Omar Nuno trying to thread here, tries to get across there, but Jean-Antoine disrupting the play once again. Jean-Antoine all over the Cal United shots. Was trying to give it over to Gustavo Villalobos, who was trying to receive the cross. So here's Ramos. Long through ball, changing it the directions over to the right side of the pitch. There's Cutler. Trying to push that one through Chris Clutie. Tries to boot that one over to Garcia. Garcia trying to save that one from going out of bounds. Does so. And that one deflected away. And I believe that's deflected away by Milo Barton.
Yeah, that was Barton making the hustle, Alex. But great communication between the goalkeeper and his defender, calling out the men he had on, making sure that he doesn't have that excessive partnership, and making sure that he clears it right away and plays it good and out.
So there's Laborio. Was trying to get a shot off, deflected away by Cal United. Cal United players have been all over some of these shots, and even then, vice versa, 1904 have been getting some pretty good deflections off of the shots on goals against 1904. So here's Barton trying to come up with that through ball. Deflected away. Garton. Working over on the left corner. Christian Cheeryoung deflects that one away from Garton. Nuno, there's a nice pass. Trying to get something going. Tony Lopez up with the possession as 1904 trying to get some more black jerseys to help out. Shot on goal there. Jean-Antoine once again with those steady hands gloving all of that one. Long through ball. There's Garton once again being a part of the action. He recovers up on the possession there. He comes up on the through ball. Chris Clutie coming in, disrupting the play. But now here comes Cal United trying to get their recipe for success.
Yeah, as the time winds down, Alex, we see both teams going at it, looking for that goal that could be the possibly game winner here at Lincoln High School, the home of 1904 FC.
You know, this reminds me a lot of boxers going into the 12th round, and they know they're going to try to go all out. These are just a ton of haymakers for both of these teams, but both of these teams just still standing, still keeping consciousness, and that's how I like to explain this final moments of this game. Both of these teams really coming in with excellent counters, excellent ball movement, as here we go. Tony Lopez once again coming up on the move. There he goes on the cross, deflected away by 1904 once again.
Yeah, Tony Lopez right there, Alex, again being very aggressive, looking for those crosses, but unfortunately the defense from 1904 has been very outstanding here in this second half.
So throw-in, and that'll be Garcia that will be on the throw-in. Here it is. He's going to go deep, but it goes straight to 1904. Christian Tierjung boots it back over to Garcia. They're going to start from the top. Chris Clutie. Give it over to him, and a whistle, and that's an easy whistle right there, Gustavo. That was a knee to the back. As a matter of fact, that was a knee to the back to Shinya Kadono.
Yeah, Kadono right there, who takes a hard foul, covers the ball perfectly, sees the body of Espinoza coming in hot, and covers the ball, gets the foul, and it could be a dangerous play for Cal United.
So Cal United here with another close free kick to add to their collection that they've had tonight. A lot of close plays, a lot of close shots here in the night. And here's a good opportunity for them to break this tie. Going into the 90th minute here. There's the whistle. The shot, that one deflected off the 1904 wall, and Jean-Antoine once again coming in and getting great goalkeeping skills throughout this game.
Yeah, very attentive goalkeeper, Alex. We mentioned it so far throughout the game as we see the smoke coming out here, as we smell it before the game ends. A very critical play for Cal United, and Jean-Antoine resolves it.
So Cal United not giving up. We'll see how much stoppage time we'll have here in this one. But 1904, they're pushing forward. Doesn't matter how much time they're going to have left. And no whistle there. The whole entire homestand here in Lincoln High School wanting a whistle. Let's take a look at that replay once again. You saw Chris Clutie, veteran move, really putting that pressure on Espinoza. And it's Clutie ends up winning that foot race.
Yeah, now you have another last-minute substitution for 1904 FC, who comes in Hanif Wright, and number 10 is Ernesto Espinoza comes out of the game.
So still waiting to see how much stoppage time there's going to be. They're letting it play out. And we'll see how much time, Gustavo. This could be a pretty big number. And it's going to be 3 minutes, but 1904 on the thread here. There's Barton booting it away to his defenders. So they're going to have 3 minutes of stoppage time. Still enough time to make something happen here. So there's a through ball. Trying to give that one over to Laborio. Laborio is going to let that one roll out of bounds. Instead, it's going to be an offsides call going against 1904.
Yeah, Alex, 3 minutes, probably 2 minutes now left in this second half. we saw a lot of late game goals in the last few games, so you never know what's gonna happen. But this one's very close. It's gonna be a tough down fight.
Antoine doing the smart thing, trying to boot the ball over to the Cal United side of the pitch. That one saved rather nicely. And you see Ramos.
Yeah, right there, a lot of players arguing because the ball, the captain, Ramos, just throws it out, gets more yards out of this game, and we'll see how this plays out.
So Jean Antoine gets out of the 18-yard box, and he's going to be the one doing the free kick here. Antoine looking around in the pitch. Where is he going to go with this free kick? There it is. This one going high. This one going deep. This one, and that one missed by 1904.
Wow, what an opportunity right there, Alex. We see the player who just came out, very strong shot on that one, Alex. That could have been dangerous. It was one of the defenders, I believe number 3. I'll get to you to this one.
So here's Barton. Barton gives it over to Laborio. Laborio there with the shot. What a deflection there for Barrera.
Yeah, last minute emotions, Alex. Right here, the crowd on their feet, trying to see if 1904 FC finishes this game with the goal, as we see the strong right foot shot from number 7 from 1904. And great job by the goalkeeper. That was Adam. No, it was Liborio Jr.
And here's a bicycle kick attempt by 1904. And that's how this one ends. It ends at a 0-0 draw here in Lincoln High School. Not exactly how you would have thought this game would have ended. I think you and I were both thinking this game would have at least ended a 1-0 game. But you know what, Gustavo? Very easy call here. I really believe Jean Antoine has to be that player of the game. He definitely saved this game and he really kept this game very close for 1904. And if it wasn't for Jean Antoine, we definitely could have seen a score.
Yeah, we saw a lot of fight in both teams. The 0-0, I think it's quite fair for both teams. Both teams came out here aggressive, looking for that goal since the beginning of the match. But unfortunately, the goalkeepers were outstanding, especially in the last few minutes of the game.
Just take a look at some of the replays that we have here in the final moments. A couple of big opportunities for both teams today. Missed opportunities, but you know what? Still early in the season, but you know what? These teams are definitely going to see each other. Gustavo, next week, back at Championship Stadium, Cal United back at home playing against 1904 FC. That's a 7 o'clock start time. Hope to see you guys here out there. It'll be me and Simon Allen on the call next week. Gustavo, any final words about this one?
No, well, I think it was a very well-played match. A lot of emotions here, a lot of roller coaster moments, but I think the crowd is happy that the team was able to come out, fight, and give up to the last minutes of the game.
So with this draw, now 1904 going to have 2 points, and as for Cal United, now they will have 4 points, as that will end week 2 of NISA action. That's all the time we have left here in Lincoln High School. I am Alex Naveja, and with me today is Gustavo Ortega, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you guys on tuning into this one, from ourselves and the TV EMAX crew, from Huang Wen